Hello, this is just going to be a jumble full of just stuffy stuff folded and crammed into one little vlog. Hopefully I won't go into a long speech about everything. Okay, first off, I'm probably going to be making a video, maybe, not really, maybe tomorrow, possibly Thursday, most definitely Thursday, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, I haven't figured it out yet. But tomorrow we be making my new moon movie etiquette. I've already made like a list of a few things. Um, I've touched on I think four of the main things that annoy us in the theater when we're seeing New Moon and Twilight. So basically, refer back to your Twilight movie theater experience and basically tell me some stuff you don't want to see when you don't want to see or hear during your New Moon experience. It's basically making your New Moon experience a lot more pleasurable. Okay? So basically, just comment below on the stuff you want to help me out with the New Moon etiquette. And also, I'd like to hear what your Twilight movie theater experience was for you, because mine sure is interesting. I would tell you what what my Twilight movie theater experience was, but it's too long and I don't want to tell you. Basically, just ask. I'll message you it or something. I don't know if you want to, if you're really interested in hearing what my experience for Twilight was, then I'll message you or something. Um, but anyway, so help me with my new moon movie etiquette list that I will be making on Thursday. Also, I just saw this video on YouTube on Reel's channel. It was on the New Moon premiere, and it had a small interview with Rob in it, and it was really funny. I loved it. Basically, one he was what was it? I can't remember. He was asked what Edward's biggest flaw was, and he said it was loyalty, which I kind of have to agree with him on it. And at some point, in the interview, he got flummoxed. He got flummoxed. What does that even mean? Where did that come from? Jesus, the words and phrases I have stored into my brain. What does flummoxed mean? I don't know what the fluck, what the F I'm talking about. Okay, he got flummoxed, or just, he basically was talking about, I guess I'm pretty sure it was the Italy scene where, we've all seen it, where Edward kind of gets his ass kicked by, Felix. So basically, he was discussing how, oh my, like this character who everyone thinks is perfect gets like beaten up, physically, emotionally, and everything. He's just torn apart in this movie, and the girl who he doesn't deserve still loves him, and then he says, and I think, and then he pauses, and then he says, I made absolutely no sense right now, and then he starts laughing and he walks away, and he actually made perfect sense, he made perfect sense, but then again, he was being himself, and it was just awesome. I totally agree with him on Edward, but basically what he was saying, for us who don't really understand what Rob's talking about, he basically says, for Bella, this is what Bella was saying. Edward, I still love you, even though you did get your ass kicked by Felix. Is basically what he said. Bella, like, I still love you, Edward, even though you got your ass kicked. I still love Edward, even though he did get his ass kicked in that scene. He did get his ass kicked. From what I've seen of that scene, ooh, that was a tongue twister. He did get his ass kicked. But all in all, I think that is a good scene. I can't wait to see. Obviously, I can't wait to see it 3 days. I can't scream 3 days anymore because my brother and my dad have just come back. That's why there's a little bit of space between the other two vlogs I did before this one, because my dad and my brother came home, so I can't scream anymore. Anyway, another thing I'd like to talk about, the New Moon sequence reveal that was on MTV yesterday. It wasn't really any secrets that were revealed. They were basically just asking questions. Like, one of the questions was, is fame changing Rob? Which is obviously not. He still is the same guy. He doesn't even know why he's famous. He doesn't think he should get all this attention, and he doesn't think he deserves it. So, just like Kristen, she doesn't like fame, and she doesn't let Rob and Kristen both, and same thing with Taylor. Like, all of them, they don't let fame get to their heads. So I think they're both amazing. And then it was also talking about why Taylor was almost not able to play Jacob in New Moon. Thank God he was able to play Jacob. Even though I don't like Jacob, like I said in my last vlog, I don't like Jacob all that much, but Taylor is absolutely amazing. And then it talked about some other stuff, and it also talked about why it showed some videos, I guess, some people on YouTube when Rob was announced as Edward. I honestly, I'm gonna just put this out there, even though this is really old. I'm just gonna say I think Rob is, of course, perfect for Edward. I started reading Twilight 2 weeks before Twilight came out in theaters, so I had already seen previews for the movie. So by the time I was reading Twilight and I was getting into the movie, I didn't really have I didn't really have time. I wasn't able to really pick him apart and be like, oh my god, he's not the perfect Edward, because by the time I was done reading Twilight, I was already reading New Moon, and I had already just been like, Rob is perfect for Edward. I can't imagine any other actor being Edward. I can only imagine Rob. Cause I read Twilight so close to when Twilight came out in theaters, I didn't really have a chance to pick him apart or pick pick Kristen apart, or I don't have a picture of Taylor on my wall. Wait, pick. There we go. Taylor apart. I didn't have the chance to pick any of them apart, because by the time I had seen Twilight, I already decided on them being the perfect choices for those characters. Also, really quick, I also saw this show about Twilight Love Bites. It was basically talking about here we go. I'm going to talk about it again. Rob and Kristen's relationship. Basically, it talked about all the little hints they've been dropping, and it also showed an exclusive inside Catherine's room, and it showed the bed where they first did that first audition. Yeah, and it was kind of cool, but in a really weird kind of way. It's just like, should we be in here? Because yeah. And then it started talking, and then there's this one part where it was an interview for Twilight, and Kristen was asked what was one of her favorite things about filming Twilight, and she says, "Well, I get to kiss Edward Cullen." And then in another interview, I guess it was with the same interviewer. It was with Rob, and he was asked the same question as Kristen, and he says, "Well, I get to kiss Kristen Stewart." And then the little narrator girl goes on and she's like, was that a coincidence? I don't think so. And I seriously paused it, and I'm like, what do you, honestly, it is a coincidence. What do you think they do before the interviews? Do Rob and Kristen, seriously go behind, closed doors, and they're, conferring with each other before the interview, and they're like, look, if they ask you this question, I'm gonna answer it like this, and you're gonna answer it like that, so that we can confuse the Twilight fans. Do you really think that's what they do before an interview, that they confer with each other and look, this is how we're going to, if they ask us this question, this is how we're going to answer it. Or if they ask us this question, we're going to answer it like this. I highly doubt they do that, because they don't know what they're going to be asked in interviews. So the fact that both Rob and Kristen said that they enjoyed kissing each other really doesn't say much that they have a relationship. It just says that they liked kissing each other, obviously. Whatever. I don't really think we should. This show, honestly, I just stopped watching it halfway through because it was just so stupid, and I'm sick and tired of watching shows that try to make them a couple, and they're not a couple, obviously. So yeah, that's basically it. So comment below on New Moon etiquette things for my video. Comment on what you think of the Love Bites if you watched it, or the New Moon Secrets Revealed show if you watched it. So yes, I'm gonna go now. Bye.